Hello, welcome to Rag Rags by Erin. How to make a circle rug part 2. I went ahead and finished the row that I was on, which was row 3, and then I did one more row, which was row 4. So let me reiterate real quickly how we did this again. We're using sheet yarn, and we're making a circle rug. We did 5 chain stitches to start off with. The first 2 rows after that, we did 2 stitches in each hole as we went around in order to keep it flat and smooth. The next row we did 2 stitches and then a single stitch. 2 stitches in a hole and then a single stitch all the way around. I used a stitch marker, which was just my simple safety pin. You can buy a stitch marker and have it pretty and fancy or whatever you want, but this is what I was using. Then the next row that you didn't see me do, I did 2 stitches and 2 single crochets in each one. 2 single crochets. So that'd be 2 stitches, a single crochet, a single crochet. We're going to start one more round, and then I'm going to go a little bit more into the formula and pull out the other rug so you can see how to do this formula to make the circle rug and keep it flat. Okay, so we're back around, and I use the stitch marker. That's why I'm taking it off, and I'm not going to probably use it again. This is the 5th row, and cameraman, if you can get in close, you're going to see I finished with a single stitch. I'm going to do 2 double stitches. This is my 5th row in the same hole. 2 single in the same hole. Then I'm going to do 3 or 4. I think 3 is going to be good enough. 3 single crochets in the next holes, 1 in each one. 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to go back to a double stitch in the next one. Cameraman wants to come around so he can see the stitch a little better. So we're doing 2 in this hole, and we're going to go 3 stitches single crochet after this. This is something else I want to point out. I did this rug a little bit different than all my other oval rugs that you've seen in my other videos. I used a little bit different hole. I'm going to the back part of it. See, here's the front part of the stitch right here. I'm grabbing this back section, okay? A lot of times I actually go into this hole when I'm doing my oval rugs. I like that technique. Here I'm actually using the back part. So now we're going to do the 3 single stitches in the back part. There's 1. It's the next stitch, grabbing the back part. 2. 1 more stitch. And now we're going to do 2 stitches. There's the back part, and do 2 stitches in this one. You're going to continue all the way around. This is where the formula really comes into play. See how it's still flat? Everything's good. We're going to up the amount of single stitches as we move along through the rug. I'm going to pull out my other rug and show you. This is a little bit more obvious about which rows we're on. So row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is where we are on the other one. Okay? On this row I am doing 2 single crochets into one hole and 3 single crochets into each of the next holes. Where the formula comes in, you are never going to go to less single crochets around and then a double. You will continue to up the amount of single crochets. You'll probably have 6 to 8 double crochets by the time you get out here. At this row I am doing, this is row like 31 or 32. no, I don't think it's even that far. I think this is actually row 25 or 26, but I'm doing 31 single crochets at this point and 1 double crochet, and then I was doing 31 single crochets, and in the next one I did a double crochet. If I was going to continue to make this larger, I would go to 32 somewhere along that line, or I may even quickly go to 33, but you will never go down to 27 crochets with a double stitch. You will always continue to climb up. And there was a couple places that I did 7 crochets and a double through several rings around. It wasn't appropriate for me to go to more single crochets. You need to keep on adding double crochets in order to keep it laying flat. This rug really went wonderful. It was very smooth. I didn't have to fight the corners at all, but just by using that technique. If it got a little bit loose, I just kept staying in that same pattern. I didn't up how many single crochets. I just continued and continued and continued with the amount of single crochet and double crochet until I felt like it was tight enough, and then I went ahead and added a double crochet and upped the amount of single crochets. So this is the technique that I found to make it work smooth and even. I hope I explained it well enough. It's a little bit confusing to explain, but this worked very well. I will tell you one more thing. You see how in the beginning of this rug you can see almost little points? This is showing where the double crochets were. And I had the same thing happen in this one. The farther it got out, the less that was an issue. Okay, so if you feel like you're almost getting, flat and then a little point, pull it out, and this will start staggering, and you won't see that anymore. See, you're not seeing it in this part of the rug at all. By the time I got to be about here, that went away completely. So just persevere on and make sure that you never go less single crochets. You're always going to continue up. You may go around it 2 or 3 times before you actually up it. And then there was a couple rows that I upped it quickly. I did like 25. It didn't seem enough, so I did a double crochet, and I went to 27 single crochets and did that for a little while. Then I went up to 29. So just make sure the number always increases as you're going along. Okay, and it will show on another video. It shows you how to finish a rag rug, and if you go ahead and go on to that on my YouTube channel, it will show you how to finish this rug as well. I hope this has been helpful. A little more challenging to teach, but my next video is probably going to be how to make a rectangle rag rug. So you can see I'm ever trying to teach you new things to do, and this is going to be a really gorgeous little rug too. So thank you for joining me for Rag Rugs by Erin. Please subscribe. Feel free to comment, and I try to answer any questions that you have. And you have a great day. Thank you.